Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our crash course, which is designed for nursing students, midwifery students, doulas, birth keepers, and anybody who is interested in having a deeper knowledge on how the reproductive system of the woman works. Today we're going to specify on two topics. One of them is fertilization and the other one is the ovulation process. These processes are very crucial for life, and understanding a scientific as well as a natural details behind them is not only essential for those who are trying to conceive, but it's also very important for those who want to know everything about their health. Let's begin by the process of ovulation, how an egg is released from the ovaries, and the fertility window itself. To enable the ovulation to take place, there is a little bit of game that is playing between hormones. And of course, like every other game that our body plays, it begins with the brain. The hypothalamus releases a hormone called the gonadotropin hormone. This hormone does another work, which is it stimulates the anterior pituitary gland. And in turn, the anterior pituitary gland then releases the hormone called the FSH and the other hormone called the LH. These two hormones are very, very essential when one is ovulating. The FSH encourages the growth and the maturation of ovarian follicles. Each of these follicles contains an immature egg. As the follicle develop, they produce estrogen. And this estrogen in turn, what it does is to thicken the uterine lining, enabling it the chance and opportunity for a potential pregnancy. Due to the rise of the estrogen level, this triggers a surge of LH hormone. That's the luteinizing hormone. Remember, we spoke about this earlier. The luteinizing hormone is more or less the key starter. So it is very, very essential for the ovulation process. The surge of this LH releases then a mature egg from the dominant ovarian follicle. This process is what you call the ovulation. The released egg is then captured by the fimbriae. And what is the fimbriae? It is a finger-like projection of the fallopian tube. And here is the beginning of the journey down into the fallopian tube. The fertility window is a time by which a woman is most likely to conceive. It encompasses the time before the ovulation as well as a short time after the ovulation itself. Many women cannot tell if they are ovulating or not, so trying to conceive might be difficult for them, especially with this rat race walk society we have today. Therefore, I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can understand when you're ovulating. The vaginal mucus will be a bit see-through, clear vaginal fluid. If you're somebody who is really actively trying to conceive, what you can do at this time is before this time, immediately after your period or during your period, you start measuring your body temperature. Understanding that the time your temperature is going high is a time at which your ovulation is about to take place. And this happens most time 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, depends, before the ovulation itself. And it goes up to a day or two after the ovulation itself. There are many women whom I have worked with, and they have told me that one way by which they know they're about to ovulate is that they have some sort of cramps on their abdomen area. So they have like a period-like pain, but not as strong as a period-like pain. And that happens a few days before the ovulation itself. And the final one, which is something that many people do these days, is that people usually buy what you call the ovulation fertility kit. I'm not sure if it's 100%, but I am sure that I have been able to assist women to conceive that use this thing to track their ovulation. A woman is trying to conceive. The best time to try is 3 to 5 days leading up to the ovulation itself. It is also very important for you to understand that this is a time that you want to prevent any pregnancy that is not wanted. The sperm of a man stays in the woman's body for up to 5 days, and the egg of a woman stays there 12 to 24 hours. So timing is actually the key role of a woman who's trying to conceive. A typical example would be a woman who have a 28-day cycle is most likely to ovulate on the 14th day. There are several factors which can actually lead to a struggle with the fertility window or the fertility of a woman or a couple. One of these could be age. Now, although age plays a more role with a woman, it has a lot to do with the man as well. As a woman ages at the age of 35, 37, her fertility or her reproductive health declines a lot. And this is according to modern medicine. However, according to the traditional African medicine or traditional Chinese medicine, this decline is not because of the age, but is actually because the organs such as the kidney and the liver are not working effectively as they used to work when the person was younger. This actually affects both the male and the female. When I assist people, one thing I work with a lot is working with the liver, the kidney, and every other organs of their body. One other thing that also affects the fertility of man and a woman is their lifestyle. So people who are using illicit drugs or people who have sleeplessness, don't sleep a lot and walk around the hour, especially with the kind of society that we are at now, are most likely to have less chances to conceive. Therefore, it is important to put ourselves in balance. There should be a balance of the body and the mind. So lots of yoga, a time to rest, lots of meditation, taking a walk in the green would help the body to be in a homeostasis state. The mind to be at rest rather than being like a monkey mind, wanting to do everything at the same time. Finally, there could be some health conditions. Now, when the health conditions are not in the right place, there is hardly any chance that someone would get pregnant. This has not just to do with a woman, of course, also with a man. By the men, you see these things more with people who have diabetes issues, which could lead to the nerves not working as they should, and also in turn affecting the erection in a man, leading to erectile disorders. In women, you could also have the same thing. They could have that they have had toilet diseases that weren't treated, or they had some sort of infections that weren't treated properly at a time. And over time, it has grown to block some places, not to allow the essential nutrients supposed to flow in that part of the body, leading on to a blockage. It could also be a buildup of mucus. That being said, though, it could also be that a person is not actually infertile, but it is that lack of understanding of themselves that leads to them not conceiving, be it from the man or the woman. Vital is this, though, that you actually take a real time to see a gynecologist, to go through your blood work, understand your hormone, see which is balanced and out of place, and in case there is something out of balance, there are many ways you can do them. You can go through our webpage and you will see different nutritional guide to balance your hormones depending on what you're in need of. Obesity and all sorts of things that are not in line with your body naturally would also lead to infertility. Again, this has not got to do with just a woman, it has to do with a man as well. It has been scientifically proven that women might have been going through these things more when it comes to infertility, but men go through it as well. So thank you very, very much for taking your time to stay with me on this video and listen to what I have to say. And I do hope that this made some sense to you. In the next video, we're going to talk more about fertilization and its physiology.